Well, hello, hello. It's that time of month again. Tomorrow is short settlement day for the stock market, and it is going to be June 13th, Friday the 13th. We got going into this. And of course, this makes it relevant for AMC. So, again, what we're looking at here is the calendar from the short interest reporting from FINRA. This occurs 2 times per month, typically, or actually always, at the middle of the month, around the 15th, and at the end of the month, around the 30th. And this carries over as far as the settlement that occurs at the end of the month. This will occur at the end and it will go into the beginning of the following month, because each time that a settlement day comes, we have what's called a settlement window that occurs between 3 business days. We have the settlement date, which is the beginning, which as of tomorrow will be that day, June 13th. This will span until June 17th. The reason why it's greater than 3 days here is because of the weekend. So not counting Saturday and Sunday, we have Friday, Monday, and then Tuesday is the 3rd business day, which represents the due date for the settlement period. And then finally, about a week or so later, we have the publication date, which is when the information is updated on things like Webull. For example, we will go look here, short interest, like this information here is updated, or it's supposed to be updated on the publication date listed by FINRA. So let's go ahead and take a look at AMC real quick. And obviously, the short interest has been increasing quite a bit. It did drop a little bit between the last couple of report windows, but not by much. We're talking, looks to be less than 30 million difference. So, I'm sorry, 30,000 difference. So, not a lot at all. But it is on the rise. It is higher than it has been as of late. Days to cover dropped significantly this period, which may be a factor. But what's important is to look at the chart. And if we go to AMC, we go to the daily, and I've marked the last window. Typically, we usually see a green day on one of the 2 dates listed on FINRA's website. So, for example, if you were to go through and mark these 2 columns, not counting the publication date column, but just the settlement date and the due date, and you plot these in the chart, you'll see that most of them have a green day on one of these 2, if not both. So let's go ahead and test that out real quick, starting with the last one, which I already have marked, which would have been May 30th and June 3rd, which is what we have marked here. So then prior to that, we would have May 15th and May 19th. So let's go ahead and mark those. May 15th, green day there. 15th and the 19th, red day. Still, I believe we rose up, but then it closed red. But still, we did have one green day between those 2. And I'll mark this one blue for the due date. So that's another one. And then prior to that, we had April 30th and May 2nd. So right here, green day. And then April 30th, green day. So it is relevant, as you can see. And we'll do a couple more. And then you can go and do this yourself, and you can see that more times than not, we have green days on settlement periods. Before that, we have the 15th and the 17th. 15th with green day, and 17th looks like that'll be a red one here. And then we will do, let's do 2 more. We have 31st and the 2nd. 31st and the 2nd. Those were both green days, albeit in a downtrend. We'll do 1 more. We have the 14th and the 18th. 14th and the 18th. So as you can see here, out of all of these that we've marked, just in this span of time, you can go back further if you want on your own accord, but as you can see here, we've only had 3 red days. So 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 3 to 12. So you're looking at a 75% chance of having a green day just by looking at these measurements here. But if you go back further, I believe that number will increase over time because we had even more positive days on these settlement periods in the past as well. So just something noteworthy and interesting to bring to your attention because, again, this is a consistent thing. Like, this occurs every month, twice a month, on the month, no matter what. And it's scheduled ahead of time. You know when it's coming. And, companies with high interest, it could be relevant. So it's something to take note of. Anything consistent in the market is worth tracking, in my opinion. Let's go back further. February 28th to March 4th. Green Day. And Green Day. Those are two more. So that bumped it up a little bit there. So now we're at 79%, almost 80%. But it is noteworthy. Definitely noteworthy. But yeah. And that's, albeit, that's in a, significant downtrend here. But still, pick out the green days. They're likely going to be settlement windows or publication date or something like that. So, anyways, just wanted to bring that to your attention and remind you that tomorrow is the next date for settlement. So it'll be our green line here. And then, of course, our next one will be 2 business days from here. So we got 16th, 17th. And that's what we're looking at coming up. And then you can even go further if you wanted to. So after that, we'd have the 30th and the 2nd. So projecting into the future. Post it, you bastard. So can I not go out further out than that? Oh, there we go. But yeah. So you can kind of just idealize and picture in your mind how you think the trend might go, but that's what we're looking at here. So with green days likely to occur on this line, this line, this line, and this one, chances are that it will happen more than it won't. Something to take note of. So anyways, y'all have a good one.